Sallust 29a. Ea cum cicerone nuntarentur. Let's just do this cum clause. This is a circumstantial clause. We've got an imperfect subjunctive here. You can see the present active infinitive is embedded in there with the unter ending. The subject is here. Subject verb, big S, big V. All right. And there's a flip-flop going on here. The cum should come first. This is cum, the conjunction, not the preposition. Look to the right, don't see an ablative, but you see a subjunctive. You know that it means when, since, although. When these things were announced to Cicero, now this cicerone, that's dative. He's the indirect object there. So yeah, these things, that's just a neuter nominative plural there. All right. So there it is, imperfect subjunctive, third person plural, passive. Now here, per modus. Per modus is a perfect passive participle. Let me read this out. Ancipiti malo per modus. All right. Let's take this. This is the next chunk we've got here. This per modus, this is referring to Cicero. It's kind of understood here. He, Cicero, motivated by the two-headed evil. Well, that sounds menacing. This is ablative of means here. And you know how it goes. When you see a passive verb form, look for the ablative of means. And there it is. Having been motivated by the two-headed evil. And then, neque is the first evil. Neque here, the second evil. And this, if you look that up under footnote 7, it means because, not the relative pronoun, because neither, number 1, and neither, number 2, because non poterat, neque poterat, he was not able, longius, any longer, tueri, to protect urbem, the city. Okay, here's your big V here. The subject implied is Cicero. And tueri, infinitive, passive. But if you look it up, under number 13, that's tue or tueri. It is a deponent verb, so that's a passive form with an active meaning. He couldn't protect urbem, the city, as your do, any longer from, that's from, not by, from traps. Privato consilio. Means, ablative of means there, with his private plan. And he did not, okay, we got to kind of split up the negative and the connective. And he did not habebat compertum. Okay, here's your verb. All right. And it works together with this. It's an idiom. Got to look it up under footnote 21. 21 there. These two together mean to discover. He could not discover satis sufficiently. And then what is it that he could not discover? This phrase here, quantus forat, how big was, actually that phrase goes all the way back to Exercitus here. Okay, how big was the army of Manlius and what intentions it had? Really tricky grammar here. This is another two-part question. How big it was, what intention they existed with, and the subject up here is Exercitus. The verb here is forat, which is the same as esset. It's an alternative form, imperfect subjunctive there. So very tricky here. Since he couldn't do that, rem ad senatam refert. Verb, do here. He brought the affair to the Senate. And this means the SCU, the Senatus Consultum Ultimum. This is martial law that Cicero is going to ask the Senate to enforce.